All right. Good morning, Legacy United. Today is November 10th already. Getting pretty excited. Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. And I'm excited to eat some turkey and stuffing and all the good stuff. So I hope you guys are doing well today. For those of you that this might be your first call, my name is Val Vazzo. I am the creator of Legacy United. And welcome to the team. I am really excited to have you all here this morning. So before I go ahead and get into the meat of our call this morning, I want to go ahead and briefly touch on the video that I made yesterday about our Cash for Christmas coaching sneak peek. So normally, we always do our week or our 5-day coach sneak peek during the third week of every month. I've really been brainstorming and thinking about this and going through the last several months of productivity and coaches added on during that time. And I came to the realization that I'm like, okay, well, it's Thanksgiving week. It's the holidays. And taking 5 days out of our business to kind of just give information that can be given in one day for people who are interested in what we do, I thought it was worth a try. So I'm running this event. I posted the link in our team page. Please invite to it. Pump this up. Put it out there. Make it a goal to get 3 people involved in this coaching sneak peek. And let's really just bring this. I've never done this kind of an event before. I'm going to take next Monday, and for 2 hours, I'm going to just kind of do my thing. I'm going to post in there, get excited. You guys who have people in the group, I would love it if between those 2 hours, it's going to be my time, so it's Central Time Zone, 11 and 1, Eastern Time Zone, it will be noon and 2. So just in there, pop in that event page, add some excitement, get people pumped up about it. And hopefully, this is going to be a success and something that we can then continue to do over the next several months. So bear with me. I'm giving it a shot. I'm going to see how it works. But, a lot of you guys are pushing for really big goals to end the year strong. So I figured, let's do it this way. Let's get some more coaches added onto your team so you can show them what rock stars you really are and hit your goals before that November 18th deadline for some of you who are pushing for 2-star, 5-star, and above. So that's that, and I'll touch more on that during our Thursday announcement videos that I do. So going ahead with our call today. I am going to just take about the next 20 minutes to get into this, how our limiting beliefs and thoughts are sabotaging our success. So I know that so many of us, I am totally guilty. If we let the negativity, the negative mindset, if we let those limiting thoughts start to eat at us, if we start to listen to them, it can feel like it is seriously debilitating, where our mindset starts to shift and we start to doubt ourselves and we start to question everything it is that we're doing in our business and in life. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my husband is beeping through on my computer for FaceTime. Let me decline that. So our limiting beliefs are really just taking over. So that's where I talk about this business is totally a mindset business. I'm so sorry, guys. This is a mindset business. So we have to take this and just say, okay, like whenever I get into this mentality, I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. He obviously wants to talk to me. So anyways, whenever we get into this limiting mentality, then it can really start to take a toll and our business can slide backwards, productivity slides backwards. We really can start going into that, well, okay, I know I should do the 3 vital behaviors, but it seems like my hands feel like they're tied. I feel like I don't even want to do that because then, is it really going to work? We have those questions. Is this really going to happen? Can I be as successful as this person to my left or this person to my right? The answer is yes. There is no elevator to success. We always have to take the stairs. Okay, so the faster that you can just kick those negative minds, the negative, we say the negative committee, kick them to the curb, faster you guys can do that. And remember that we go through seasons in this business. So whether this is your very first day as a coach or you've been here for 2.5 years, we all go through these seasons and these periods of excitement and growth and positivity. And then we go through these seasons of funk and like, oh my God, what is going on? I've taken 5 steps forward and I feel like I just took 15 steps back. And knowing that it's normal and it's okay to feel like this. And it doesn't matter if you're a 15-star diamond or you're a coach rank, we all go through this. We always say rank is rank, but knowing who you are as a person, that's what keeps us moving forward, and not allowing ourselves to just say, well, I guess maybe I'm just not cut out to do this. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little tough love. That is something that will rob you of success. Is telling yourself, yeah, okay, it's all right that I'm not doing my 3 vital behaviors. I'll do them tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, oh shoot, I have such a busy day today. I'm working, my kids are all around me. I haven't slept, I'm tired, I don't feel good. I think I'm getting the flu. Like, do you guys have those things that will play through your mind a lot where you're just like, hold on, let me do the dishes first. I am totally guilty of whenever I feel like I'm overwhelmed and I don't have everything written down in my planner in front of me. I will go and just busy myself with going through the mail. Or I'm like, oh, let me do the dishes real quick first before I go sit down at my computer. Then I'll get to it. It's like I'll start to put things off because I know that I have to just focus. And there's those times when focus doesn't happen. But the truth is we're only sabotaging ourselves. That tough luck. If you're like, oh, okay, I made emerald rank, I made diamond rank. I know that I have the next week to replace one coach who quit or went inactive. It's not really that big of a deal. I'll just do it next week, or I'll try, but if it doesn't happen, oh well. No, that is not the mentality of a business owner. That is not a mentality of someone who has made a commitment to not only your own business, but a commitment to other people as well, and your upline and your whole team. We set the foundation and we pave the way for what success looks like. And you have people watching you. Your team is watching you. They are duplicating what you are putting out there. So if you're not taking your own business seriously, then they are not going to take their business seriously either. So keeping that in mind. See, if you're saying, well, I didn't hit Success Club this month. Guys, real talk. If you think you're going to get ahead in this business at all, you have to make Success Club that priority. My story, I talk about this all the time. My first month in my business in May of 2013, I stumbled on Success Club 8 because I bribed 4 of my friends to buy a challenge pack. I had done Beachbody programs before, so they kind of already had that trust in me that, okay, I've done them, and, they're like, fine, stop bothering me, I'll buy, that just do this with me, please, sign up. So I didn't have to really work my first month. I thought I did, but I really didn't. Hey, if you guys are hopping on, would you mind just muting yourselves? Thanks. I know sometimes we can forget. I just get a lot of the background noise. And then my second month in the business, when I was finally starting to develop my why and realizing, okay, I can do this. Why not me? I want to provide for my family. I want to help people. I want more out of this life. So that second month, I can remember sitting at my computer during my power hour, and I spent that whole time inviting. I literally seriously invited some days 30, 40, and 50 people a day in that second month of my business. It was every day, power hour, 3 vital behaviors, non-negotiable. And I ended that month with Success Club 2. So I was like, oh my gosh, I am a total failure. I did not hit Success Club. So instead of letting that get me down, that following month, then in July, my 3rd month as a coach, I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Stop the negative mindset. Stop telling myself, okay, oh well, I didn't hit Success Club. No, that was a big deal. And I knew from looking at leaders and people who have done this business longer than me that they are successful because they achieved these goals. So I went full force that 3rd month of my business, and I ended that month. It was it was a cup challenge month. So like right now we are in the fall classic. It was kind of like along the same things. It was a team effort. And I did not want to let my team down. I was like, no, I have to follow the scripts. I have to get out of my own mindset. No, it's not a comfortable thing to invite and talk about price objections and overcome all of this stuff, but I have to do it. So I ended that month at Success Club 26. And I never say that to brag because I astounded myself. I had never gone full force to drive everything in my being home to reach such a big goal. But I wanted to prove to myself and I wanted to show these teammates that I could do this. So that's what happened. And that was like my shining moment where I was like, I got out of my own head. I stopped filling myself with the excuses and I stopped telling myself that it would be okay if I didn't hit this goal. So I just want to encourage you guys, writing down your goals on your goal board, having them right in front of you. My computer right now is decorated with sticky notes with my why on there, like right there. My little layouts of what it is that I'm doing. You are awesome. Like, I know it sounds crazy. And I tell you guys this, plug into your cell phones. 7 a.m., my cell phone goes off and says, you are awesome. That's something you need to do to give yourself that positive reinforcement that what we are doing matters and that you matter and that you can be successful in your own business. So kind of what we're basing this off of. The first thing that really can make us disbelieve in our own self is just that comparison, and we all fall into it. But the faster you can stop comparing yourself in a negative way to someone else, another coach who signed up with you and they're rank advancing like crazy and you're not, or you're rank advancing but you're not making as much money as this person next to you, or you're not at 2-star or 5-star or 10-star. Stop. Okay, we're all guilty. Again, I'm saying this because I have to deal with this too and reel it back in. But you cannot compare your beginning to someone else's middle. The comparison is the thief of joy. You guys, comparison kills creativity. And without creativity, you do not have a business. You have to keep your creative mindset flowing. You have to constantly be growing to help others in this walk of life, these challenge groups, as coaches and all of this. You have to be committed. And with the commitment, knowing this, that, the comparison, once you stop and once you realize, no matter what, no matter where I'm at in my business, I'm not giving up. I have to have unconditional commitment in this. There's emotions, there's impulses, there's circumstances that are perpetually changing in our lives. Nothing stays the same for long. And if our commitment, our business, whatever in life are dependent upon the alignment of whether or not we feel good, whether or not we're inspired, whether or not we're motivated to do what we need to do every day, then we're going to have a pretty difficult life with a whole lot of ups and downs, because we're never going to reach our own potential if we're constantly comparing and we're constantly saying, well, I'm going to get into a funk now because I'm not at where this person's level is. Put your blinders on. And I've said it before, I think that there's a very healthy way to compare. Comparison is not always bad. Then the bad comparison is when you're negatively thinking, I stink at this because I'm not where this person is in my business. But if you change the mindset of yourself and you use that in a positive way where you're like, okay, well, this person is where I want to be. My goal is to be a 1-star diamond or a 2-star diamond. And this person is there. Comparing, maybe asking, say, hey, can you give me some tips on how many people you're talking to in a day, how you're running your Coach Basics teams, how you are recruiting, what are your Success Club numbers? If you reach out to that person and you start asking questions that will help you intentionally move forward with your business and use that and say, okay, well, since I'm only recruiting 1 person a month, but this person is recruiting 4 or 5 people in a month, maybe that's where I need to start to pick up. That's where I need to learn how to be a better recruiter. Or maybe this person is achieving Success Club 10 or 12 each month, and you're like, I am barely pulling out Success Club 5. That's where that disconnect might be, to where all you have to do is then just improve in those areas, and your business can move forward too. So using that kind of comparison in a positive way versus a negative. And then also then just continuing and going into that belief system is changing your mindset. That is it. We've talked about this over and over. This is a mindset business, like I said in the beginning of the call. But seriously changing from the question, should I do this? Should I? To how will I? Is a mindset shift that makes all the difference. That's it. You know, how will I hit Success Club each month? How will I rank advance? How will I earn an income that allows me to pay my car note this month? That allows me to take the family vacation that we have dreamed of next summer? That allows me to ultimately maybe stay at home with my children one day and be a full-time mom or be a full-time dad that I long to be? You know, those are those things. Instead of should I, switching it to how will I? And learning that that is the question that you need to ask yourself every day. And how can you increase your commitment to something that you know needs to be done, even though you have doubts? You know, the doubts, they're always going to be there. If you did not listen to the National Wake Up Call yesterday from Scotty Hobbs, that is going to be your homework at the end of this call. But I'm going to tell you now, you know, he really talked about the doubts and the disbelief. He's an amazing speaker, an amazing coach. Go back and listen to that replay as your personal development one day this week. But getting the doubts gone, how can you create an unacceptable unacceptable consequence that will compel you to take action? You know, it's always the action. You can sit here and you can take notes and you can listen to all the personal development and read all the personal development in the world. But if you're just thinking, oh, that's really great advice, but you're not taking action to actually propel yourself in the direction that you need to go, then what are you doing? Where will you end up, you know, at the end of this month, at the end of the next 3 months, 6 months, the next year? You know, if we are consciously choosing to have a good attitude, then if we aren't consciously choosing a good attitude, then we are unconsciously choosing a poor one. So the positivity, there we go. You know, it has to just keep flowing. Stop comparing right now. Your limiting beliefs as Beachbody style. You know, how many of us have said, I don't have time, I'm not good enough. Who would want me to be their coach? Not at my goal weight. Others are so much better than me. I must clean the house every day. I'm supposed to have a 9-to-5 job. I'm too busy. I'm an introvert. I don't deserve this, okay? At one point or another, we have either thought every single one of these things on this list, or you will think about every one of these things on this list. Like, that will play through your mind at one point or another. So, you know, what do we do instead? So you have to change it, and you have to think, okay, I don't have time. First and foremost, every single one of us has the same 24 hours in a day. And I promise you, and I am living proof that I used to be the person who says, I don't have time. But once I actually gave myself a reality check and I got my planner out and I planned out literally like every hour of my day, and I stuck to it I did it for 3 straight weeks, that 21 days to create a habit. Once I looked at my planner and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I wasted about 2 hours a day scrolling through Facebook. I would watch TV. You know, this was the beginning of my business. I cut out the TV that I would watch 2 or 3 hours a day. The average person watches over 4 hours of TV a day. A day. Like, when I read that statistic, I was like, well, I used to fall into that category, so I believe it. But right there, I don't have enough time. Yeah, we do. You know, your personal development. Even if you work, I know I have we have a lot of coaches on our team who are, you know, teachers or full-time professionals or in the restaurant business. So they do work 10, 12, 13-hour days, but also have a successful Beachbody business because it's about planning and time managing to where, yes, we can all, no matter what, find an extra hour to 2 in our day, no matter how busy we might think that we are. And if you are on that, I don't even know where I'm going to cut out time. Well, ask yourself this, how often do you go out with friends? How often do you, go out with your spouse or whatever? Cutting back on just going out time, that is where you need to kind of start that mindset shift as well. And the I'm not good enough, again, goes back to that, plug it into your cell phone, leave yourself sticky notes. I am freaking awesome. You are. I promise you, like every single person has a purpose and a value. You do not have to look a certain way. You don't have to think a certain way to be a successful coach. The successful way to be a successful coach is to be yourself. You're marketing and branding who you are. The product that we provide people is the added bonus, the challenge packs, the Shakeology, the workout programs, everything else. People are not joining your team for that. They can go to Beachbody.com and they can buy whatever they want. They are joining you for you. So whether you look at yourself in the mirror and think that you are a leader, think that you are an inspiration, think that you matter, you do. Okay, you have to tell yourself that because someone else sees something in you that maybe you don't see in yourself, but we'll say all the time, we have to fake it until we make it, right? So even if you don't see yourself as this person that they see you as, you have to start to tell yourself over and over again, I am an inspiration. I do belong here. People do want me as their coach. And don't let them down. That's the biggest thing. You have to just put it into your own mindset that, you're not going to quit. You can't slow down. You can't start slacking because you owe it to these people who you're inspiring and helping and adding to your challenge groups that they matter. So you have to show them that you're going to give them everything that you're promising. And not just being and living a life of average or a life of being mediocre. That's not who we are. That's not who you are. It doesn't come from this life that you're living. It doesn't come from just, you don't stumble on it. This is what you are intentionally doing. And you signed up as a coach for a reason. So going back, why did you sign up as a coach? And don't keep telling yourself because you want to help people. We all want to help people, and that's a great answer. That was my why, and it still is part of my why. But if that was the only thing in my mind from the day that I started as a coach until now, if the only reason, if my why written in front of me just said to help people, I would not be where I'm at right now because that would not drive me in those moments when I am thinking that I'm not good enough, in those moments when I'm asking who would want me to be their coach, or when I'm saying others are better than me. That I want to help people would not push me to continue on as a Beachbody coach. My why is such a bigger purpose. So you have to get that why, the negative, almost like what makes you so mad that you want to change it. Something that you could like cry or get so angry about when you think, for me, it was, my husband and I were so far in debt that it was passed up to here and we thought we were going to have to file bankruptcy. That made me so angry that we had gotten ourselves to this point that we didn't even realize, and our marriage was suffering, and I didn't want my kids to have to live this life of us being stressed out, and they were still so little that I would think, oh my gosh, one day they're going to want to do dance classes, and one day they're going to want to be a cheerleader or play soccer, or they're going to need braces. And then one day they're going to want a car. And I know that this is material stuff, but this is my children. And I don't ever want to look at my kids and say, I'm sorry, honey, you cannot take that dance class with your friends because we don't have any money. That right there, I could cry saying that. That is my why. And I know that by helping people with this business, I know that by helping people lose weight, helping people achieve their goals, that I can achieve this bigger purpose and this why, this driving factor, I could get there by helping people. But I had to use this driving factor, this solid, strong why to propel me forward in those moments when people quit on me, or when people aren't participating in a challenge group, or when people return their challenge packs, or when people send me a message that is not very nice, or, you know, we all have the haters who just go off. Okay, that's what gets me through, and not focusing on the negativity that people bring into my life, but turning it around and making it positive. So focusing on that, and with that why, and with each step, you'll learn to believe in yourself. It's going to be just a conscious effort. It's not something that just comes naturally to people. I promise you. And it's not something that's going to go away, you know, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or more into coaching, because this is a part of life. We're human. This is a part of humanity. It is the brain that tries to like tell ourselves the negatives, because we're surrounded by it. So we have to be the light, and we're the ones who are trying to bring positivity into the world and saying, no, it's not this terrible place. We just have to see the positive things that are all around us. And just going above and beyond, and not just saying, oh, I'm just going to be average. You know, average is a byproduct of always asking that question, should I? No, we want to say, how will I, right? So to someone who is truly committed in their business, in an endeavor, in life, there is no chance of turning back, only because of the unacceptable consequences. Like I said, the unacceptable consequences are if you quit on someone, you're letting them down. You're their coach. So continuously telling yourself, I believe in myself, the introvert thing. I've always said I'm an introvert. I'm like, I do well behind my computer, and I feel awkward sometimes whenever I'm in a group of people. But being an introvert is a strength. You can build yourself. It doesn't matter if you're extroverted, introverted, whatever. You deserve to be more, and you can shine that light and help other people who kind of have that same feeling as you. And guys, stop spending so much time trying to make the right decisions. Okay, there's no such thing as the right decision. Your best thing to do is to just make decisions, learn from them, and make them right. Okay, we all make bad choices. We all say things that we shouldn't say, or we all say things in a second that we're like, oh my gosh, like, why did I just say that? Or why did I just do that? And we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I am such a person, I get anxiety over the thought of someone not liking me. Well, I used to. Like, I know that not everyone's going to like me. The proven statistics are people, like, judge you within the first 5 seconds of meeting you, even on Facebook. So someone might scroll through your Facebook and see your picture and be like, I don't like them. It's human nature. So just putting yourself out there and saying and knowing, telling yourself, I am trying my best. I will fall short every day, but I'm going to make decisions before I know what the heck I'm doing. I'm going to offer advice even before I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to stay committed no matter what it takes, and I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other, because ultimately that is what we do in our businesses. That's what we have to do, because both successful people and average people deal with the same types of tough choices and pivot points. There is one long-term difference that separates them. It comes down to nothing more than a 1 degree change in attitude. So again, it goes right back to that, what we're telling ourselves and what we're feeding ourselves, and going through that compound effect. If you haven't read The Compound Effect yet, if you're a new coach, I think most of us who have been here for a while, like, that's the book I started out with. My personal development book was The Compound Effect, where, it helped build my mindset. It helped teach me that even though I feel like I'm talking to 1 million people in a month, or I'm inviting my behind off, or I am recruiting people and then sometimes they quit, or, whatever, I'm putting in all of this work and I'm not seeing a result today. I'm not going to see the result tomorrow. I'm not even going to see the result of all of this hard work in a month or two. It's going to be over time. And he talks about pumping that well. You're going to pump it, and you're going to plant the seeds, and you're just going to keep moving, even on the days when there is no sign of everything you're doing, no sign of it making any change in your life. But over time, if you believe and you continue the work and you just keep going, that well is going to start to produce little drops of water. And that well is, or that pump is going to start to produce a whole lot of flowing water. And before you know it, you're going to just have this gushing flow of water coming from, everywhere. So the water really represents all the work you're putting in. So it'll be the people coming to you, wanting them to be your coach, the people asking for advice, the people telling you that you're inspiring them to keep going because you are consistent. You aren't giving up. You are posting every single day on social media, whether you feel like it or not. You are inviting every day. So that's where that compound effect comes into play. I'm going to leave you with a story. So I was reading this book called Take the Stairs, and it's really good. So add that to your list if you're looking for a new personal development book. But the author is Rory Vaden, and he was talking about this cow versus buffalo theory. So he based it off of this whole success platform. So when there is a storm coming through the mountains and over the plains, then cows tend to run away from it. So you'll notice as storms start coming, cows, they go the opposite direction and they're running as hard as they can, but before too long, that storm is going to catch up with them. And then they're going to get stuck in this storm and have nowhere to go. And they're just going to get stormed on, poured on, whatever. But buffalo, they run, when they see a storm coming, they run, they charge through it. They run towards the storm. And they drive through it so fast that it's almost like they practically miss it because they just took charge and they used all their energy to run through it and take it head on. So that being played into this whole life of success, don't be the cows where, we keep telling ourselves, we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, that we can't do this. And you're running away from problems and you're running away from the things, your business behaviors that you need to be doing. You're running away from the goals that you set, but it's really going to be hard to achieve them by a deadline, or, you really have to work to achieve these goals. That's what makes people successful. So, don't be the cows and run away from those things. Be like the buffalo who take it head on, who say, okay, I know that there's a storm coming. I know that I have to weather this, but I am going to take charge and I'm going to drive through. I'm going to make it happen. You know what? And where we go with the goal setting, if you don't hit that goal on the date that you set it, you're one step closer to achieving it the week after, the month after, whatever. You're so much closer to it because you drove through that storm and you took the bull by the horns and you just went all in. So I really liked that story whenever I read it, so I wanted to share it with you. But last but not least, our call to action, I'm going to remind you, because I have to remind myself, and I have my little, the power of threes. So I'm doing it too. You see my power of three sheets, and I'm just writing on the back of it my follow-up list and my Instagram people. So I'm doing them. I'm back to complete basics, and I'm sharing this with my Fall Classic team. So we are keeping each other accountable. So do this. I printed out 4 because I'm actually, instead of doing 3 invites a day, I'm taking the whole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm just filling up all of the names. So this is actually a weekly thing. So I'm inviting at least 12 people a day. That's me. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to do. So I have all 4 of mine printed out, as you guys can see, and I'm doing it. I'm doing my business activity tracker because I lead by example, and I know that I will get nowhere in my business if I am not keeping track of what it is that I'm doing and purposely setting out to do my invites. And then take your personal development seriously every day. I probably listen to 1 to 3 hours a day of personal development, and I read in the car when I'm in the car rider line picking up my kids. I take it seriously. When I'm driving somewhere, I have a podcast on. When I'm in the shower, when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm getting ready to do my workout in the morning, I just turn it on. It's become habit now. It used to be where I was like, oh crap, I forgot to do personal development. If you are intentional with it and you make it a priority, it's just going to become second nature. And then share your business activity trackers with your coach, with your Fall Classic team. Be accountable. Don't run away from it. Be the buffalo and run into the storm. Do it even when you don't feel like it, and be the leaders that I know that you guys are. So I hope that you have an awesome day. If you guys have any questions, oh, I see some people in the chat. Let's see. Oh, thank you. You love the call today. Good. Good. I'm glad. The new sneak peek, Melanie, is going to be on the 16th. Did you see the video? Okay, cool. And yeah, so good, Danielle. I'm glad that this helped. You know, again, I think that it's helpful for all of us to hear. I go through it all too, you know, and sometimes we look for failures in other coaches, right? I mean, seriously, I take pleasure in knowing when other people fall flat on their face some days. Like I do, and it's normal, and it's okay to admit that, where, you know, I know that a friend of mine, maybe she lost her rank or something that same week that I lost mine, or maybe I'm not at Success Club 10 yet because that was my goal to hit it by the 5th, and I have not hit Success Club 10 yet. You know, we all go through it. It does not mean that I'm not working for it. It does not mean that I will not make it happen this month, because I will. So I just want you guys to know that I'm proud of you, and I just want you to understand that we are a team and we are here for each other. So post in the team page, share your successes, you know, find the positives in everything, even when it's really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel some days. Just go for it, okay? All right, have a good day, guys.